Hello. So, I am Purple Panther 007, super cheesy name. This is take 2 of my attempt to make a video about the JEP application process. Take 1 was way too long, so I'm going to try and be more concise and speak faster. Before I start, I want to say My Agronauts is a great resource for information about the JET application process, and reading through, if you're a U.S. applicant, the official homepage for the JET program, USA, is also a great resource. I know it's a little murky, and that's why I'm here to hopefully clear up some things and kind of tell you about the application while it's still fresh in my mind. I'm right now in stage 4 of the waiting process. I found out I was shortlisted, and now I'm just waiting for placement. And man, does JET really teach you patience. It's a little intense. So while it's fresh in my mind, I'm going to try and go through these points super fast. It's not going to be detailed. If you want more detail, I can provide more detail on the statement of purpose and stuff. Just let me know in any comments below. So first things first, the application process is split into 2 parts. One part is an online application, and the other parts are the paper forms you have to submit. And the online application, the best way to kind of go through that is just to look at it yourself. It's pretty straightforward. They ask you about placements, your name, whether you want to drive. They ask about past places you volunteered, things you've taken a part of in terms of Japanese culture, your language background. Do you speak Japanese? Do you speak another language? A lot of it's just straightforward, kind of answer the question stuff. After that, you also have a self-assessment medical. Part of that online form is the medical assessment, and it's dependent upon how you answer some of those. You may have to fill out a physician's form if you answer yes to some of those questions. The physician's form is kind of like more exploration into your health. I won't lie, I didn't have to fill one out. I'm lucky to be fairly healthy, knock on wood, or imaginary wood. This is my imaginary wood. So I may not be able to give the best information, but I do know it's based off of that self-assessment medical section you fill out on the online one. Next, you have the FBI background check, the results for that. Generally, that's a later on thing. They'll ask shortlists and alternate candidates to turn that in or apply for the results and have those results sent to your consulate that you applied to originally. And again, that's at least for my consulate, those are the rules. Each consulate kind of has different requirements, whether they want the FBI place to send it directly to them or you get it and then you send it directly to them. That's basically something you'll figure out later on with the consulate. If you are early departure, though, you want to submit all of that together with your entire application. And just be sure, if you're pretty sure you're going to do early departure, do the FBI background check as soon as possible, because it does take up to 12 weeks. Super long. Everything's really long process. Next, you've got your certificate of health. That is something, again, shortlists candidates will do later on. Everyone's required to do it. Alternates will also do the certificate of health check. So not something you quite have to worry about in just the application process, not yet, just something in the back of your mind. Then we have the statement of purpose. So the statement of purpose is definitely the thing that's really gonna set you apart. I think it's the number 1 most important thing in the application process. They're gonna look at everything and there's not gonna be any personality coming out of just your yes and no answers in your online application. There's gonna be oh, well, this person likes to volunteer here, and kind of those kind of judgments off of the activities you partook in. But the place that's really gonna let your personality shine is that statement of purpose. And if you guys want more details on how I went about doing the statement of purpose, just comment below and let me know, and I will go into a whole video. But keep this short and concise. I'm just gonna say, try to get your personality out there. Don't just talk about Japan. Talk about things you want to learn about the culture, but talk about what you can do for JET, what you can offer, your qualities and skills that are beneficial to the JET program. Treat it like a job interview that's on paper, and how would you sell yourself? But also include things about culture, because you're obviously interested in Japanese culture, I hope. Next is your transcripts. You'll want transcripts from all of the colleges you attended. If you did Running Start, I did Running Start, which is basically doing college in high school. You'll need those transcripts as well. And if you studied abroad, you need those transcripts as well, which is pretty tough. It was tough for me. What is nice is once you get those transcripts from abroad, it does count as your proof of study abroad. If you can't get those transcripts, you can get a letter from your study abroad advisor saying that where you went, what the grades you received, and kind of going into specific detail. Everything's got to be specific detail about the entire program and your study abroad experience. They kind of explain it more, and I'll provide links about everywhere I'm saying you should go check out. Next is TESOL. If you did TESOL, did TESOL. I got TESOL certification at the end of December, and the application was due December 2nd. So for that, I just got a letter from the TESOL office that was signed by the director and notarized saying when I'm expecting to complete my certification, and later on I submitted the certificate itself to my consulate. So that's how you'll do that. And for your proof of graduation too, you'll also get a letter from your registrar's office saying your expected graduation date, and you want to make sure that you have the exact date of our term of when you're going to graduate, and it has to be notarized. Be sure everything's got to be notarized and very official, which is because this is a very official program. It sounds super cheesy to say that. Going with it anyways. Proof of U.S. citizenship. I won't lie, I had a passport, so it was really easy. I know you can have a passport, or I believe your license can also be included, but passport, you'll have to look more on the link that I'll provide, because I'm horribly not informative about that because it was so easy. I don't remember it very well. I'm sorry, you guys. Next is your reference letters. I think this is the second most important thing. Outside of, like, yes, you're going to write the statement of purpose and really try and sell yourself and be like, yeah, I'm awesome, you want me, but that's still all coming from you. You know, some people kind of might exaggerate their awesomeness. The reference letters kind of are like your outside evidence that says, no, that's not an exaggeration. This person really is that awesome. So make sure you have somebody who, if you can, knows you. What I did for teachers who didn't know me, I made sure to sit down and have like a meeting with them so they can get to know my personality a little more. That's just my preference. You don't have to do that, but I would recommend it. Next is your SAS, S-A-S-E. That's your self-addressed stamped envelope. When you turn in your application and they process it, they'll send you back this little ticket that'll have a number on it. That number is your number that you'll look at this giant list of people who got interviews. And if your number's there, that's how you know you got an interview. So it's really important to include that envelope so they can send that little, I'm going to say ticket, call it a ticket like Willy Wonka, that little golden ticket back to you. So be sure to include that. I know some people said you can kind of get the same number off of the online application you submit, but why go through all that trouble when you could just put the envelope in there and save you all that time? Anyways, that's all I'm going to say because I'm trying to keep this short and concise. If I missed something, just let me know. I'm happy to make another video. If you want more details and stuff, make sure to check out my Agronauts and go through the JET program website. It's pretty informative. And let's see, I'll try and fit this in really quick in this next 30 seconds. I know a lot of you guys are going to be looking at statistics and you're going to try and find like that one quality I can have that's going to get me a for sure like 100% in. And I'm sorry to break the news to you, but there's no 100% answer that says this is exactly what we want. If you got this, we'll take you. You won't find it. You'll find lots of attempts at people trying to discover it, but there won't be any answer. Instead, and I know you're going to do it anyways, but I'm going to try and put you on the right path and not have to struggle like I struggled. Instead, put your focus into really making that application solid. Put 110% effort into it and really make those interviewers who read that application want to give you those applicant, I don't know what you call them, the people who choose whether you're going to interview or not. Make sure that you make those people say, I think this person really needs to be talked to, and that I think I wish I had spent more time instead of looking up statistics, even though I made it through, but working on my application. So that's my big recommendation to you. Hopefully this was helpful, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.